Neil, first of all, any team news ahead of Saturday?
Team news, Christie is back fit again from his injury last week where he rolled his ankle. Probably a bit too soon for Bobby, maybe Finn, not sure yet. Might be fit enough to make the bench, but hopefully Bobby will be fully fit for Tuesday.
And just reflecting on Oxford, any final thoughts from the game?
Not more than I'd said, I think we played well. We carried out the game plan that we planned to do, great. Unfortunately, as I've said to them in pre-season, and I've reiterated again, that if you don't pick up from set pieces in this league, you usually get punished. You have to look at a lot of the highlights that went on through the week in the games from Saturday. If you look at the amount of crosses, set pieces, it's big in this league, so we've got to make sure that we're switched on at all times.
What's the response been like in training?
Training's been good. It's bubbly, lively. I think get that first game out the way. As I said previously, we didn't have the greatest pre-season in terms of results and performances, but I do think that performance on Saturday, give the lads a bit of confidence in terms of what they're going into, because it's new for a lot of them. So yeah, hopefully give it a bit of confidence. But we've got another real tough game away on Saturday.
Obviously, on Saturday it was a bold decision to call up Tom Aitchison. Is there any decision on him ahead of Saturday? Another start for him?
I've not picked the team as yet. Obviously, we've worked on, we're at training and we've worked on a number of things to try and in and out of possession, mainly out of possession. Against Scunthorpe, how good a side they are and the quality of play that we have. I've not really picked the team as yet, but yeah, young Tom done really well. But I think we've got a good set of defenders. It's just about trying to find the right balance in terms of combinations. Really, it's nobody is in or out. It's more about trying to find them right combinations.
I mean, an underdog for you is nothing new, especially in this role. Is this game any different, or is it very much another underdog time just in the league this time?
Yeah, it's just similar, isn't it? We're not, I presume, Scunthorpe are expected to win, I would think. But it's a game of football. It's 11v11. We'll be organised. We've obviously watched them. They're a very good team. They've had a great result at the weekend. Them and Brackley, I think, are probably two of the favourites to win the league, and they've gone to Brackley on the opening day and won 3-0. So yeah, we're under no illusions at the size of the task. But as you said earlier, we've had that underdog tag many times before and come out on the right side. So from my perspective, it's carrying out what we're trying to achieve, and just keep developing and progressing as we go. Really.
What's like preparing for a team who are going in as underdogs and very much outsiders?
No different than what we would do any game, really. Every game. I don't say we're going to play like this or we're going to line up like that or this is our formation and we're just going to play this the same way. I'm not like that. Never have been like that. We've got to be pragmatic and in what we're up against and the players that we've got available to us and their strengths and weaknesses. Nobody asking lads to do something that they're not able to do or not able to do to the best of their ability, because we've got some good players here and what we have got is lads who are willing. So I need to make sure as part of that willing that I give them the best opportunity to give the best version of themselves within the game.
From what you've sort of analysed of Scunthorpe, obviously from last season, they're a completely different team and under a completely different manager now.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I don't really go back too far. I've watched the game back against Brackley. They were 3-5-2 in the main. Two lads up front are really good. They can play both ways. They can get the ball forward and second ball, or they can play and pass. As you would expect from a top team with top players and full time. They've got time to work on lots of stuff and big, strong like you would expect in this league.
Obviously, Andy Butler's an experienced pro and manager. What are you expecting from his team?
As I say, it's as I say, that from what we know, the 3-5-2. I don't know if that'll change. I doubt it. They're very energetic. Say they've got two ways of playing. They can get it forward quick, or they can play and pass around you. Out of possession, they work really hard behind the ball to stop you getting on it. They're a good side, aren't they? The favourites for this league for a reason. And you only have to look at the calibre of players and where they've been to understand that. But I can't concentrate. I obviously got to concentrate on the opposition, but my main concern is my own team and how we go up against them.
And go into their home ground for the first game of the season, are you expecting any sort of cauldron or the atmosphere that a team who very much fancy themselves to win the league?
I would think so. As you say, off the back of a great result last Saturday, first home game, new manager, new players, new optimism usually, particularly off ex-league clubs. So I'd expect the place to be bouncing. Yeah, I'd expect a big crowd to be on. That's all about learning, isn't it? And that's all about experiences. And that's what we've got to do as a football club. We're new to it as a football club in the main. Some of these lads have played in big games before. Lads who played in Football League. So they'll be used to it. But as I say, it's these young players have got to, going to have to get used to it, because we're going to have to go to a lot of grounds this season. Probably not as many as going to be on this week, but we're going to go to other cauldrons and grounds that we have to deal with the atmosphere as well as the game. And I don't think they'll fall down on that. We've got to stay concentrated all the time. Exactly what I said on Saturday against Oxford, and we did it for 94 minutes. It was just that last minute which we didn't.
And are you going to be relying on some of the experienced players within the squad to sort of lean on the players and drum up how big of a occasion it's going to be, not just for your team, but for Scunthorpe as well?
Yeah, I think, we haven't got that many experienced lads anyway. Bobby's out, obviously, at the moment, injured, but he'll be involved in terms of travelling and everything. Obviously, Chris Doyle's, been in the National League North before, so, he's got that experience. Obviously, Regan, Adam Thomas as well. So we've got plenty of good young players. We've got a mixture of older players. I think the thing at the moment is because pre-season has been difficult in terms of recruitment, and getting players in the time scales. I think it's important that we keep going and keep selecting players with a bit of experience as well, mixed in with the young lads to help us along the way.
And in terms of the season, do you think this is the toughest game?
I don't know. I think they're all tough. I think on paper it probably, people, anyone, I think, in the league, I think if you ask any manager, on paper I think Scunthorpe away, who were off the back of a win, it's probably, the toughest game. I think we've got the toughest game because they're off the back of beating Brackley, great results, new manager, as I said, new players, first game, a home game of the season. There'll be a lot of optimism there, as you would expect. They're very disappointed, I think, from what I read. I don't know that they never went up last year. So yeah, it's as tough as it gets, but I think Scunthorpe away for anyone's as tough as it gets. So, deal with it and move on.
Does it make it harder for you, the fact that it's so early in the season, that you haven't got much to sort of pick up on and maybe pick out weaknesses?
I don't believe in that, really. I think you've got to play each other, twice. I think the difficult stuff for us is anyone we play at the moment, while we're still bedding in, it's going to be difficult, but you only have to look at the league. It doesn't, I know it's a cliche, but there's no easy games. What's next? Farsley, and then Kings Lynn, and then Buxton. They're all tough games of football. So just the next one is Scunthorpe away. It's a great fixture for the football club, for the supporters, and we go there and we hopefully we'll put in a good performance and see where we land.
Probably be a running question for me throughout the season. You excited yet for this game?
No, I don't think as a manager you don't get excited. I'm enjoying the group of lads. They're starting to come together, which is good. I'm enjoying that. I enjoyed Saturday. Obviously, a new group. Don't know how I work in terms of tactically, and they took information on, and they were fairly comfortable in that shape. But Saturday's another task, another opportunity to see where we're at. So yeah, no, I wouldn't say excitement. Look forward to it. As I say, the lads are growing in confidence and growing together. As a group of players. It takes time, and I'm enjoying that. But in terms of the games, just the next one. It's a lovely, it's a great fixture. To go to Scunthorpe is a great fixture.
And just on the additions, is there any more in the pipeline? I think you mentioned not looking for a left back. Are you any closer to that?
No, we're just looking to add some, more, more cover in the left back area. We don't really have, we've got Matty at the moment. After that, obviously Nathan is our next, but Nathan, we've got to be fair to him as well. He's a young player, who's a centre back. Playing out of position isn't always easy, so we've got to keep the confidence of young players up as well. So that's one area, we have looked at. But unless it's right for us, then it won't happen.
You mentioned Bobby is injured. In terms of attacking options, then there's more or less leaves Brad and Callan. It's a tough decision for you to make between the two. Obviously, Brad had a good game, and Callan's been struggling with a hand injury for the past few weeks.
Well, Cal's had a hand injury. Cal's also had a calf injury, so it's he hasn't been able to train fully. He's trained well tonight. So yeah, Brad, Cal, Adam Thomas can play up there as well. So we've got a few options. But yeah, I think at the moment, I don't get too carried away in terms of personnel and who's playing and who's not playing. I know the lads probably will because, you know, if they're not playing, they're disappointed, etc. But, you know, there's a long way to go. They'll all be used to play games of football, and then when they're playing, it's up to themselves. But I think at the moment, it's just key that we have a game plan. We go out there with the game plan, and that game plan changes, you know, in terms of the opposition and how they play. And we give everything that we've got, and I'm sure if we give everything that we've got in every game, we'll be okay.
Thanks, Neil.